I would love to hear from you if we can get you unmuted and hear your story and what got you started.
Hey, hi. So I actually heard about Danny from your last year webinar. So yeah, thank you. I actually remember I joined your webinar and I was like, okay, this sounds cool, but I didn't really like do anything about it. I was just like, okay. And then I saw my friend by a wedding and she was like, Hindy, remember we joined Chain of Currents thing? Like, I'm doing it. I was like, oh, I should sign up. And it was the last night. Like, I joined the week late, but I'm so happy I did. And I actually got engaged in the middle of the course. And like, originally when I got engaged, I was like, hey, I'm just going to drop the thing, like, forget it. I'm not going to do it. And then I was like, no, like it's a good course. I really liked it. And I wanted to finish till the end. And like, Danny was so supportive. Like I was, the way the course works is like, you have to do 8 out of 11 weeks. So like, if a week doesn't work for you, like you could take off. So like I took off the week I got engaged, but like, it's a very manageable course. Like the whole time, and like Mary was just saying, like there's tasks and then Rifki goes and grades it. So like, you don't just like do work, you get feedback. And then like the next week, like you're building on the whole course goes like, it's not like you jump in. And I saw someone wrote on the questions, if you had to know any knowledge. I came in, I mean, I had a bachelor's in science. I did a few business classes, but I didn't have any like knowledge with like SEO or any marketing at all. So I came in like really nothing. But Danny explains it like very well. Like I mean, like a lot of people in the course did have prior knowledge, which is obviously amazing if you're building on something, but it's also like definitely understandable if you're coming in with no like previous knowledge. It was just like, and it was like, Danny's always there. We have like a chat box and like you could always ask questions. And I did it with a friend, which was amazing because we were able to work together and like brainstorm together. And it also made it like more enjoyable. But I mean, definitely there was people in the class that did themselves, which is also an option. But yeah, I really learned a lot. And I wasn't able to do the final project, but I still plan on doing it one day. So
that's so cool. So what are you currently, like, were you working in a different field and you're hoping to transition to this, or what are you up to in your career?
So actually I was doing medical billing, and I was just like bored and like, I forgot who was just saying that, like, I came home so drained and like, I don't know, I just felt like I had so much more like strength that I wanted to do, somewhere else. So I actually applied for a job, once I got married. It's like an Amazon business. And when I was by my interview, I told her I did the marketing course and she was like, oh, is Danny Gavin your professor?
Really?
And like right away I said, yeah. And she was like, okay, you have the job basically.
Wow. Wait, you said Danny Gavin was my professor and she gave you the job because of that?
Basically, yeah.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
So here. Okay.
Yes, she knew him. I'm saying it's an Amazon business that outsources their marketing. So they use a marketer that actually like knows Danny, and like the manager of this company like worked with Danny before. So she was very excited. Like it was like a legit course. And she was like, you know, a lot of girls just come with like these random marketing courses. Like, I don't know how much they know and whatever, but like, if I know you took the course by Danny, like automatically I know that you have a certain level of knowledge. So
that says a lot. Wow. And are you using what you learned in the course now?
So I didn't start my job. I'm starting next week, March. But like I already reached out to Danny before, like I want to like brush up on my skills, and like he has videos. And also like the nice thing about this course is you always have access to everything we learned and like all your projects that were marked, and you could always go back if there's like a week, like the week that I skipped, I want to go back and learn it more. So there's always like room to brush up on your knowledge. And then Danny also has like more courses that like I would, you know, eventually want to take once I want to like learn more.
Wow. So you took this, you were engaged, like over your engagement, you got married. Were you working also?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm still doing medical billing. My last week is this week. So then I'm.
Wow. Okay. Are you particularly smart? Are you always the top of the class? Is this doable for the average person?
Yeah, it's definitely doable for the average person. I'm saying, it's, you know, I did come in, like I had a BA, which, I mean, it's not like so hard to do, but just like I was used to like being in school and it is work. Like, it's not just like, oh, I could spend 10 minutes a week and be done. Like, if you want to, and obviously the more time you spend on it, the more you'll know it. So like the weeks that like I spent more, like I feel like I know the weeks that I just like quickly did the assignments, it's more like you're in it because you want to do it. So it's the knowledge that you want to gain. It's not something that you're just like trying to get through and do. You actually want to come out with the knowledge that you want to be able to use. So, but it's definitely doable for the average person. Like I said, I really had zero SEO experience at all. I never took any marketing course before. And I'm saying it's on, obviously it's taught on a high level, but it's very understandable. And like, you could always ask questions.
Right. When I look at someone who's doing like a job like medical billing, like it's really different. So
Yeah.
and I see like some people are asking like, do you consider yourself the more tech or the more creative? Like, how do you even compare coming from a job medical billing to something like this?
So I mean, I always liked the business field, so I knew I wanted to transition more to the business field. Like even when I was in college, like I took more like business classes and like math, and I mean, medical billing happens to be a lot of math, and it is a business mind also. But I wanted to use more like the analytical, like SEO side of it. But there's definitely is a lot of room for creativity in marketing. Like I thought, like in the beginning, like a lot of like the first few weeks is like keywords and building up your like SEO. But then there's like Google ads, and there's so much room to be creative also if you want, like, or you could just stick with the analytical part. I mean, I think in my new job, I'm going to be more focusing on the analytical and like the back end, more like the coding, just that's because what I want to do. But I could also always do more of the creative side. It's really both.
Got it. Okay. And I guess probably depending on what kind of job you're looking for, like you look for the kind of job that uses your best skills, and you could really
Right.
do either.
Mhm.
That's amazing.